universal force against something bigger. It burned. But they thought it was over. They were wrong. They didn't die. They adapted. It didn't hold its shape. It began to flow. It didn't rebuild. It grew. It didn't rebuild. It grew. One became many, and many could become one. It didn't attack. It spread. One became many, and many could become one. Not one world. Many. A world untouched. Not by war, not by time, only by silence. Not every survivor runs from the silence. Some walk into it.
I found something.
Find something.
You need to see this. What he found
What weapon?
was not a weapon. Not yet.
They came to uncover it, but they did not understand what had been waiting beneath them. They thought it was just a fragment, but it kept going, deeper and larger than anything they expected.
This isn't surface debris.
Where is it?
It continues underground.
How far?
We don't know yet.
They thought they were uncovering something small, but the deeper they went, the more it revealed was never meant to be seen. They didn't find a machine. They found a form, something built to resemble life. It wasn't hidden. It was buried, left behind to decay, and forgotten. It wasn't alive, but it wasn't gone either. Piece by piece, they tried to bring it back. They didn't rebuild it. They tried to make it hold together. Keep it steady. Guide the cable down slowly. The panel is ready. Lower it carefully. Check the alignment on this side. It wasn't a machine.
It was a structure.
Something, too large to move.
They didn't make it perfect. They made it hold. Just enough to keep it together.
Keep it steady. Tighten those bolts on the pauldron. Adjusting the final panel now. Move it into place. Check the eye alignment. It was no longer broken. It was rebuilt, piece by piece, until nothing was missing. It was no longer exposed. It was sealed, layer by layer, given a new surface, and finally, it looked whole.
Keep it steady there. Vacuum here first. Plenty of dust. Watch the cables. Almost done.
It was empty, silent, left untouched for years. But inside, it could still be rebuilt.
It was no longer abandoned. Every surface restored. Every system in place, waiting for the moment it begins.
He tried. Nothing answered. Just a signal, buried somewhere deep inside. It answered. Stronger this time. But something was still missing. This time, it answered. Not a signal, but power. It was awake. It moved. Not enough to rise, but enough to prove it was no longer still. It tried to rise, weight against time, power against decay. It wasn't ready, but it was close.
He didn't wear it. It chose him. Piece by piece, it became him.
This time, he wasn't testing. He was commanding.
It rose, not rebuilt, reborn. After all that time, it stood again.
They were small. But there were too many.
They weren't ready. No one was.
You couldn't see them until it was too late. They were everywhere, too small to see until you looked closer.
He fell. And the ground took him.
They came together and vanished just as fast. It spread, street by street, leaving nothing behind. It grew. Beyond the streets, beyond the city itself.
It wasn't random. It was becoming something. It stood, not as many, but as one. It wasn't a warning. It was a direction. It moved. Not to escape, but to confront. It adapted. To move faster. They stood above everything that remained. It struck with the weight of everything it was. He felt it. He felt it. But he didn't break. It answered. But it didn't stay down. It changed to become harder to break. It didn't stop. It adapted and overwhelmed. It bent. But it didn't stay down. It rose and pushed back. It had one more move. And this time, it met ult. And then, it was gone. It didn't end. It reformed. It struck again. And this time, it overwhelmed.
It wasn't over. Not yet.
He heard it. And he moved.
He answered. And he was ready.
It woke. And it answered the call. It didn't hesitate. It moved. Equal force against something bigger. It burned. But was it enough? It burned away until nothing remained. It ended, and the city fell silent.